Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Monday morning here in Austin, Texas. This is day 1511 of the 3+ Minutes of Planks Challenge. And as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind this morning. It's been a pretty low-key weekend this weekend. I spent a lot of it with my daughter, and we really chilled. Just hung out, watched movies, cuddled, things of the sort. And I said something to you yesterday. I was like, man, I kind of am in the mood for something different, but I don't know what I want to eat. And for those of you who know me well know that one of my favorite dishes, probably beyond Nigerian food, is sushi. So my daughter said, well, why don't you get some sushi? So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So what would you like to eat? Because I know that you don't like sushi. And she says to me, well, I actually found a sushi that I liked that I ate with my friend once. It's a sweet potato roll. And the moment she said that, she looked it up and showed it to me. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some sushi for myself and I'm gonna get you some sweet potato rolls. I ended up going to a couple of grocery stores, one H-E-B, one Central Market, looking for these rolls. Now, needless to say, I didn't find it, but I found an experience. When I went to H-E-B, I was walking and it was really full, really packed, felt almost congested and claustrophobic in some sense. And I was wheeling my cart when this older woman goes by. Now, she's 70 years old, but she doesn't look it. But she's older, and she had a really interesting style. And I was like, okay, I took note of that. And I let her go past me, and she thanked me. Nothing much. We get to the sushi stand and she was there. And I'm looking for sushi, and somehow we had this running joke of, hey, I'll pick the sushi for you if you pick the sushi for me. And we just kind of laughed. And then I told her about the fact of why I was there, and I was looking for this specific sweet potato sushi. And somehow the conversation just led into age. I told her, I said, man, I'm 50. But I feel like my life is just beginning. And she says to me, I feel that same exact way at 70. And I was like, wow, I was surprised because even though I knew she was older, I didn't know she was 70. So I asked her, what was the difference? What was it about this year that signified anything for you? And she said, forgiveness and letting things go. And I just smiled at that moment to God because just that morning, which was a day prior, doing this specific video, I was talking about forgiveness and what it had done for me in my life. I specifically talked to her about my father and how he taught me forgiveness and how forgiving him opened so much layers into my life. It was such an emotional conversation as we were talking about all of this. And the part that got me the most was right at the end of this. This lady said, before we go, she said, do you mind if I just hug you? Because I needed to hear that today. And I was so grateful and I was so joyful in that moment. Now, here's the ironic thing about all of that. I couldn't find a meal for my daughter, but I got her something else. And it still brought her joy. But just that act of service on my part brought something that I didn't even expect. And for that, I am filled with gratitude. Anyway, that's my thoughts for today. As always, be blessed today and every day. Thank you for listening. Peace.